Hey guys, welcome back. In one of the previous videos, I showed how we can publish um, data on Elastic using RestAssured, right? And I think I also mentioned that we don't have to use RestAssured because there's an official Elastic REST API client for Java, which is shared by Elastic, which is what we can use here. Now for localhost connection, even RestAssured would do. But I think if you want to, publish data on Elastic, um let's say on a cloud instance or on a secure instance, there are some functions that you would need that you can only do using those APIs, or maybe you can do it using more efficiently, using those APIs. So let's just go ahead and get rid of REST Assured and explore that official option from Elastic. So if I come here, let's search for Elastic Java client and clicking on this link. Let's click on getting started. So the first thing is about installation. So I'm using Maven, so I'm going to copy this dependency. These two dependencies, one is for Elastic Client, Elasticsearch Java Client, and one is for faster XML Jackson core, right? So let's copy this. Go back to Windows 1. Let's open POM file. So I already have copied REST Assured. No, it's REST Assured. So let's copy this. So Elastic Client, faster XML Jackson. So Jackson is something which I've already copied here. So, I don't have to copy it again. We will reuse the same instance and let's load the Maven dependencies. So that's the first thing. Come on. Okay, so now the dependencies are loaded. And then it says, it may happen that after setting up dependencies, application fails with class not found exceptions for Jakarta JSON provider. So let's also copy this one just to be sure, right? So Windows 1, and let's also copy this dependency and let's load Maven dependencies. After this, let's go back, and then it says for connecting to a localhost server, this is the command. This is for, by the way, for insecure versions. So anything which is less than Elastic version 8, you can connect using this. But if you have version 8 or higher, this will not work. But for now, this will work, right? So let's to create an Elastic API client. Let's copy this code and let's go to Windows 1. And here, let's create a method, public static void, and not really void. Okay, for now, I'll say get Elastic high level REST API client. Okay, and basically what I want to do is Control Alt L, format the code, move these comments. And what I want is I want to get this high level client return from this method, right? So I'll say, give me this high level client and basically return this new Elasticsearch client to this particular method. So instead of this, I'm going to use this get Elastic high level REST API client. Okay. So let me make a copy of this and I will say Elasticsearch client, and this is what I want. And I do not want to use REST Assured anymore. So let's comment this. Let's go back. So with this, we have got an Elasticsearch API, and here they've given an example of how you can make a request to search a particular data. In my case, I'm not interested to do a search. I want to do a post, and I think if I go to using the Java API client, indexing single documents, this is what I want to do. I basically want to, want to publish my result, index response. This is what I want to do, right? So I will go Windows 1, and after I get the client, I want to basically make a call, right? So let's client index is, our index name is 0, I believe, and I don't have to provide an ID. ID is something that we randomly want to generate, so I'll skip this line. And the only thing that I need to put is this test run metadata Pojo object, right? And this will, by the way, create an exception, and I can send it to method signature. It's no problem. If we look into this method, basically what is happening is, first it is creating a REST client by providing this localhost instance, this port number. Transport is a mechanism which Elastic Official API uses to convert this Pojo object into a JSON object using Jackson JSON pmapper. And then we are returning this client object. So let's see if we can use this one, and why not even print this. So let's go back, Windows 1, index with, okay, log.info. Let's put SLF4J, and let's see if we can use this mechanism to publish our metadata into Elastic. So let's go back. The last data that we published was around 3:23 now. So this is 1 hour ahead of my local time. So my local time is 2:33. So it should be 3:33 now if I run the test again. So let's run the test. If I run this test, let's see. Okay, let's go to the results. Let's refresh this. And you can see right now we run this test and we get the same result which we got from running with RestAssured, right? So that tells us that we can get rid of RestAssured and we can just use the official Elasticsearch client here, right? Now there's one more thing which I want to mention in this video is, if I go back here, I saw that from IntelliJ, I was getting the right results, but from Maven, if I tried to publish my results, I was getting all these weird characters because it was using a different Windows encoding. And maybe I can show you guys first that. So if I go to terminal and if I do a Maven clean test, let's see, you see, it was using a different Windows encoding. It was using encoding Windows 1252, because of which, if I come here and if I refresh now, you see all these weird characters were coming. And I did a quick Google search, and what I found was, if you're using Maven, if you provide this configuration, as UTF-8, this will take care of this particular issue. So you have to go to compiler, and where is compiler? I think it's in the build plugins here. And if I provide the configuration as UTF-8, this error will go away. So in case if you saw the same error, while learning from Maven projects, while following the previous videos, this is the fix for it. As you can see, we did not got any build errors which we got earlier. And now if we come back here and if we do a refresh, we have proper data here, right? Which is what we did not get in the past. So in the next video, I think what I can do is, now since we already saw how to make use of Elastic Official API, so in the next video, I can show you how to make a connection using Elasticsearch to publish results on a cloud instance. And maybe even before that, and a good thing which I should have done here is, in this particular case, every time we want to publish to Elastic, it will call this method, right? And every single time it will create exactly the same client and it will provide it to you. So maybe a better way would have been just to use a singleton instance of this particular client and use it inside our method. So if I take out this line, Control X, and if I put it here, and if I make it as let's say private static final. Now basically what we are doing with this is we have got one singleton instance of this particular client, and irrespective of what kind of low-level client we use, and for all the tests, then it's just a matter of using the unique data to run the test. Let me close this. Let me create a new one, May1 clean test. This should only give one instance because we are just specifying it one time. Okay, Control F, Control V. So only one instance, right? This is exactly what we want. In the next video, we will see how we can connect it with cloud, and then you will see that the way we create the client for a cloud is different than the way we create the client for a local version, and that means we would need to create some sort of a factory to get the client, right? So that is what I'm going to do in the next video. So we'll have a singleton instance for getting the Elastic high-level client, and we will have a factory pattern for getting the low-level client, right? So let's do that in the next video. So see you guys. Cheers. Bye-bye.